All right, thanks for joining me today. As you can tell, I'm still away from my studio, kind of on a mini vacation right now. Went kayaking yesterday, didn't get much sleep, and we're taking some sort of high-powered vehicle through the bush today. My brain isn't functioning quite properly. I can't remember what the name of this vehicle it is. No, it's not an ATV. But anyway, let's talk about Vegas versus Vancouver. Now, before we jump into that, though, I just want to mention that all the stats that I'll be talking about don't involve anything from round two, which just started yesterday with Dallas and Colorado. But they will involve the round robin and the play-in playoffs, so to speak. Let's jump into this. Let's talk about Knights versus Canucks. Who would have thought Vancouver would have made it past the former Stanley Cup champions? Crazy. Now, they beat the Blues in their series 4-2, quite handily in that last game, 6-2. And they outscored St. Louis 22-16 by 6 goals. Knights, on the other hand, they beat the Hawks in even less games. They beat them in that series 4-1. And they outscored Chicago 15-11. I do have to admit, though, I thought I'd see more of a blowout from Vegas in terms, of their offense. And it didn't quite happen. And although the series only lasted 5 games, you have to give kudos to Crawford from Chicago. He had a really good series. But the Vegas goaltending isn't quite what it should have been coming into these playoff rounds, is it? I mean, that should have been their huge edge over any other team, with Leonard and Fleury going into that, and both goalies are struggling right now. In any case, we'll get back to the goaltenders a little bit later. Let's talk about special teams right now. The power play for Vancouver, it's 4th in the playoffs at the moment, clicking at 25%. The Vegas Golden Knights are 6th, and that's at 19.1%, almost a 6% difference there. Now, on the penalty kill, Vegas leads this category. They're 6th at 86.4%, and Vancouver is 12th at 81%. We'll see how this sort of special teams matchup goes throughout this series. Very curious to see how that falls. Now, let's talk about the point leaders so far with 9 points and up, starting with Vancouver because they have more. Now, Pettersson, he has 13 points, 4 goals, 9 assists. His stats actually mirror McKinnon, and they're both tied for first in the NHL in the playoffs right now. Isn't that weird? I mean, we all knew Pettersson was good, but wow. Okay, JT Miller. Now he's got both him and Quinn Hughes have 10 points right now, and they're tied for 4th in playoff scoring. The Vegas Golden Knights have a big goose egg in this category, but they do have 2 players with 8 points, and I'm talking about Smith and Stone. Yet there's an asterisk here because Vancouver also has a player with 8 points, and I'm talking about Bo Horvat, Mr. Superman. Speaking of which, let's talk about goal leaders with 5 or more in the playoffs at the moment. Vancouver has 2 of them. Horvat being one of them with 6. He's tied for first. Yowzas. And JT Miller, he's got 5, and he's tied for second in the league right now. Vegas, again, 0. But they do have 3 players with 4 goals. And I'm talking about Theodore, their defenseman, Stone, and Tuck from that third line. And Vancouver has 2 players with 4 goals. And I'm talking about Mott and Pettersson. The Canucks are bringing a lot of high-powered offense into the second round. Now, let's get back to the goalies here. Markstrom has a .927 save percentage in 9 games and is ranked 12th in goalies in the playoffs right now. That's tied with Vasilevsky, by the way. And there are only 4 active goalies, however, who are still in the playoffs who are better numbers than him. And I'm starting off with number 1 ranked Francois, who only played 2 games. Carter Hart is the next one. He's in 4th with 7 games. Grubauer is next with at 8th with in 6 games. And Varlamov is 10th with 9 games played. Now let's move on to Leonard, who has a .904 save percentage. Ouch. With 6 games played. That ties him for 20th with all goaltenders used in the playoffs so far. And then there's Fleury, who's only played 2 games, but has an .886 save percentage. Yikes. That's 26th of all goalies in the playoffs so far, and there were only 5 goalies who are worse. I want to say Steve Smith is one of them from the Oilers. Riddick is another. In any case, the backup, because I don't want to forget about him. Thatcher Demko. Now he hasn't played in any playoff games, but in the regular season, in 27 games, he had a .905 save percentage. That's still better than Leonard's save percentage right now. So Leonard he only played about 5 or 6 games with the Knights, but had a sparkling numbers, like a .929 save percentage or something. And he had a pretty good numbers with Chicago as well. But he's kind of fizzled a little bit so far, hasn't he? But he's playing good enough to win the games. I mean, Crawford definitely played better than him on the other side of the ice in that Chicago series. And then there's Fleury. And I'm just going to touch ever so briefly on the drama that's unfolding, mostly because of his agent. He tweeted out a picture of Fleury with a giant medieval-like sword thrust through his back with DeBoer's name written on the sword. Of course, DeBoer is the Vegas coach, and that's because he hasn't played Fleury much, and it looks like he's going to start Leonard against Vancouver as well. Now, it's also important to note that Fleury has a terrific record against Vancouver. So that the whole decision of, who's going to start in this series especially is controversial. My whole kind of spin on this is I see where the agent's coming from, but come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's the playoffs. You don't cause drama in the team. You need them to come together at this time, not, blow apart. Anyways, apparently Vegas and Fleury have sort of chosen to ignore that tweet, and everything is good in Golden Knights land, in Vegas land, but yeah, it's just strange that's all going on. We'll see how fast, if Leonard stumbles a little bit, how fast they'll throw Fleury back in the net, and if he's able to rebound, especially against this team, whom he apparently has a terrific record against. So, who am I going to choose here? This should have been a much more obvious choice than anyone thought, shouldn't have? It should have been hands down Vegas in this one, but, I mean, who even thought, even Vancouver fans, really, I'm talking to you right now, who thought they would have beat St. Louis? I mean, really, I know you wanted and you hoped they would have beat St. Louis, but when it came to betting on that, I don't know, former Stanley Cup champions, and they did it. I mean, St. Louis was also a bit victimized by bad goaltending as well in that series, but Vancouver's offense, all-around offense, has kind of surprised a lot, and Markstrom has played terrific, and their defense has really held up as well. So, I mean, Vegas should have on paper, it has a more well-rounded offense and defense, and they should have the easy edge. Well, easy is a bit overboard, but they definitely should have the edge in goaltending, which hasn't been the case for them so far. I'm still going to go with Vegas on this one. I'm sorry, Vancouver fans. They should win this series, though, should they? But I don't know. Vegas fans might be a little bit nervous about this series now. And for those of you who've skipped ahead to the end of the video, who do I think is going to win? Vancouver, hands down, 4-game sweep. I don't see that being a question whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out, which will be about the Philly and New York Islander series. So there you have it. Hey, be kind to each other out there, and I will see you soon.